probably going to be potato quality again, but yeah. Again, microphone ain't going to be best quality, but it's fine. I just figured I'd go live and update y'all again because now we have a moderate risk with a much higher tornado risk than I thought. I originally thought the tornado risk was going to be 10%, but then we realized that the reason why the tornado probabilities spiked on this one is because these are coming in supercells instead of the line, which was what originally anticipated. Now there is a potential squall line as well, but I think the threat is definitely going to be more centered on supercells, especially in the Carolinas. But definitely has a threat here as well. Of course, we're mainly focusing on local here. I'm gonna try not to get too off topic here because this is really close. And so Charlotte still remains in enhanced, but it still shows a pretty big event, especially because they upgraded it. So if this was, let's say, issued a month ago or something, it would be a moderate for Charlotte. The reason why I labeled it moderate risk is because parts of GSP's area are actually in the moderate. It's a very small portion, but if you go by the county limits here, you can see you have the eastern tip of Union County in a moderate, and then the eastern tip of Lancaster County, South Carolina, and then you have all the Raleigh counties over here, all of Montgomery, Richmond, and Anson. So, and there is a potential, I'd say, for it to be extended out west, but the reason why I'm so big, this event could still be big for Charlotte also, is we're going to show you the wind risk. Mecklenburg County is in a 45%. My county right here is up the like tip edge. But as you can see, there's still a very good wind risk right here. And look, this is 60% wind. And then if we can see here, it's not just wind. Wind's the main threat. We haven't seen a 60% wind risk in a long time. We have the tornado threat. And all of the area over here, if you look, you see there's Gaston County right there. My county is right there. And then Mecklenburg is right here. All of the enhanced and the moderate are under big time hatched. And if you look here, there's a 15% tornado risk, which, as most of you know, is basically the highest it can go without being a high risk. So we can definitely see some big, strong tornadoes, especially in central North Carolina. Though you definitely can't rule out the Piedmont or the eastern upstate for having a strong tornado. And of course, if you go, of course, there is a moderate risk extending into Virginia and Maryland, and also into these few counties in South Carolina. But hello to everybody in the chat. I was updating everybody. Yeah, you're in 10% hatched at your campsite. Yeah, I think the bigger threat for you. Hold on. So, and not only that, I figured I'd point this out since it is sort of extended into GSP's area. But if you go over here, Asheville's in the slight for Sunday. And we still have a marginal too. So I guess, and this isn't necessarily the calm before the storm, you could say either. But this is also today's risk. As you can see, there is an enhanced down in Georgia, in Alabama, and a very tiny sliver of Georgia and Florida that's like tornado. It's like that enhancement is entirely for tornadoes, by the way. This one is also in effect for winds, but the winds appear to be way worse here in the moderate. Especially, again, the main focus right now for in terms of local is Central North Carolina and this portion of South Carolina. But yeah, if you live anywhere in WXL 70s or KC 27, WXL 42, you're gonna be able to get these if you live in the eastern half of GSP's area. And again, there's even a small sliver of GSP counties in the moderate. This is easily the biggest event we have had in years. So let's see. 12. You see, it says 12 million people are in the moderate. 22 million. Yeah, there's a lot of people being affected by this, by the way. Just Monday. Look, 39 million in the marginal on top of all that. The marginal includes New York, actually. So New York City might get in on some severe weather here, but nothing like you're seeing over here in the moderate right here. Of course, this also continues to stand for the IOR. We got Wake County WX. He's directly in the moderate because Wake County is directly in the moderate. And I have a feeling that you have all the locals, any local storms. We're gonna have almost every single storm chaser in North Carolina Monday. I'm gonna see some storm chasers Monday. I'm already guaranteeing it. No updates about school cancellations in the Charlotte area yet. I don't know anything about Raleigh. I doubt Raleigh has any cancellations announced either. But in terms of severe weather, most of the time during severe weather events, they don't announce school cancellations until later on. So we could see some school cancellations. If your school, like most of ours here in the Carolinas, do Sunday night messages, and you live, again, or most of us in the Charlotte area do Sunday night messages, this is the time. This is the one to chase because this will likely be the biggest event of the year, easily the biggest event of the year so far. I'm not going to go ahead and say it's going to be the biggest event of the year as a whole, but I could definitely see it being because North Carolina, we get hit a lot, but we don't get hit like this. We get hit with basic severe thunderstorms more than your normal area in the United States, but we don't get hit with like big time tornado outbreaks much. Because this is moderate, this one's going to be off limits. Thing might get a bit too spicy. Yeah. I don't know how Charlotte Mech is. I don't know how Charlotte Mech is, but I know it will probably be it'll probably cancel. But there hasn't been any updates for any North Carolina schools at the moment that I know of. But I'm not going to rule anything out. More than likely, yeah. Moderate Motley. Oh yeah, Dylan will definitely be live at this storm. This will probably easily be the biggest system he's chased. The best chance in your area is 3 to 4. The best chance I think in my area is like 12 to 1. But it's still going to be it's going to be pretty big, I think, late morning through early afternoon in the Charlotte area. Hello, Braven. And also, as you can see, yeah, this is a really populated area, by the way, that's in this moderate. 12 million people in the moderate. 22, again, 39 million in the marginal alone, along with the combined amount here. In fact, I'm going to do the math. Hold on. Calculator. 12,541,275 plus this is the one I'm in. 22,503,414 plus, and it reloaded. Hold on. Plus 15,775,000 plus 39,661,956. Enter. 90 million people are in a risk on Monday. 90 million. Hold on. All right, Brad Panovich just uploaded the local forecast for Charlotte. Anybody knows Brad Panovich is probably our most known meteorologist in the Charlotte area. Y'all might even know him even if you don't live in Charlotte, but he just posted a video about this way. And also, Ryan Hall did say North Carolina is likely. Ryan Hall and Max Velocity both are pointing out that North Carolina is in the highest risk for impact. I'm not going to entirely rule out a high risk, but I think a high risk is unlikely with this. Not 0% chance of it happening, but I doubt it. But this is still going to be big. I would say, here's my opinion on it. This is because remember, there's not going to be much sunshine, so there's not going to be much convection from the sun. It's going to be mostly wind shear, which is spiking up these storms. And also the temperature gaps is what's going to also get the tornadoes, because once these storms leave you, it's going to get cold. We're talking about a hard freeze so yeah, you can't rule out a high risk. Chances are probably really low, but they're not zero. But if it does, I think it'd be crazy that my state is the first state to get a high risk this year. But again, doubtful. Let's not jinx it. But again, cannot rule it out. Moderate though. Yeah, this thing is. And look, if y'all, I know y'all can't see it, but there is a wind there. My computer legit just says windy. So like, yeah, it's gonna be a biggie for this. And so yeah, it shows me remaining in the 60s till about 3 o'clock. So I have a feeling that this could be a decent. This will be a long event because you also have we have a marginal for today. We might actually get some severe thunderstorm warnings today. Last moderate risk for North Carolina was 2021. Hold on. Let me look this up. I think it might have been August 7th, 2023, but I can't remember. Last moderate risk for North Carolina. Yeah. I'd argue the Eastern Piedmont's also in this. But hold on. The last. Okay. Spectrum News points out, and it's a level. This is today is a level 1, and then for Charlotte it's a level 3. Raleigh level 4. Triad is split right now. Some very far east in the Charlotte metro for like a few miles east is high risk. But the only GSP town I know of is Marshville, I think. And yeah, I think was it Marshville? And that's a really small town. So the only reason why I even know it is because I drive past there on the way to the beach. So like, plus I know my towns. Hold on, somebody's calling for me. Hold on. All right, Chad, I'll be right back. I'm back. I had to go and take some medicine. So we're talking some. You could get alerts KZC31. Yeah, you could definitely get some alerts locally, Andy, because you're in a marginal, and the slight's not far from you. The March 18th, 2021. That was a moderate. I forgot. Was that the moderate? I thought that was an enhanced. I don't really remember though. That's the first ever risk I ever caught alerts for, but I lost all my alerts from it. Pretty big event here though. But yeah, we're tracking. This storm has a lot of potential for sure to become the biggest snowstorm we've had. Legit, every single meteorologist on YouTube is talking about this right now. The North Carolina side of things. Of course, we still do have, again, we have some big time storms over at, we have some big time storms over in, dang, what's that thumbnail? It was moderate? I didn't know that. I forgot low-key, because, like, that's an event that I don't, it performed pretty well, though. But yeah, as I say, a little closer to the camera because my freaking mic is a potato. But this has the potential to become the biggest event we've had here in the Carolinas in a long time. Probably since I could see this being, the biggest one since when we had that high risk in 2011. So I'd say keep prepared. Again, I'd argue this could be a high risk if there was more sunshine, but there's going to be a lot of cloud cover, which probably lowers the threat a little bit. There's so much wind shear, the cloud cover ain't going to lower it much. You're definitely going to still see, all these big time supercells, and then I think there's potential for a line as well, but I have a feeling that the supercells are definitely going to produce some tornadoes. Tornadoes are very likely with this. Strong tornadoes, possibility, especially, again, in central North Carolina, but I'd argue anywhere in the enhanced, because it's all 10% hatch for tornadoes, could see a strong tornado or two, including, and by the way, the enhanced has been extended down into Savannah, Georgia, and Charleston, South Carolina. So now the entire state of South Carolina, besides some counties in the upstate, are under an enhanced. All of North Carolina, besides 2 counties, are in a risk. We don't need a repeat of 2011. No. I don't think this will be that bad, but still. Well, it shouldn't be that bad, but still. Like, this is a big time storm. Biggest one. I would say this could be the biggest one since 2011. Well, not only that, but it shows the enhanced risk has also been extended to include a small portion of New Jersey and also areas in the Philly metro. But the biggest threat, again, is anywhere in the moderate, because the DC metro is also partially in the moderate, so we could have some big time tornadic storms in northern Virginia as well. And after that, that's where the big comes. And we do have some coverage going on already for multiple people. Multiple people are going to be live for a long time. I won't be live very late at night, but like I will try to stream as much as I can from this. On the chance that school doesn't get canceled, I will be streaming alerts on WXL70. WXL70 probably is my best bet, honestly, because it does serve counties in the moderate, and I can't get WWF60 that well. I can get WXL42 sort of from my house, but I don't get it consistent enough to stream it. So 2011 is where an EF3 went straight through Raleigh. Yeah, let's hope that don't happen. I'm afraid that don't happen. I pray that this. I pray that this is an interesting storm, but I don't want anybody to get bad hurt. You know, like by the way, hello to everyone joining. Um, as y'all see, I did make a community post, right? Also about it. Uh, that's the reason why I didn't go live immediately to update, but then I waited a little bit is because I made the ultimate decision to wait because I had church today, so I couldn't. Honestly, I didn't even make the ultimate decision. I had to wait to do this update stream, but we'll just talk about severe weather and see what's going on here. Oh yeah, 1,000% gonna have a comp. By the way, there is no way I'm uploading all of these alerts in one day. Okay, I'm good. We are probably gonna have a long comp. I think it probably be best for a comp too, and I don't know. It might if this storm performs like they say it's going to, it might take a long time to edit that thing. I don't know how fast I'm gonna get it out because I gotta make sure my phone storage is ready for it. Me casually drinking Pepsi during this thing. And it reloaded. I just saw that. Born in the Carolinas. You're definitely not going to be editing all of the alerts you get into a comp. I'm pretty much going to, so I don't have to blow up. I don't have to blow up with boarding with videos. So we actually do have a risk today, though. So go ahead and get ready. New day one. Let's go check. Big enhanced. Okay, let's go check. I know day one's not as big of a deal here, but I'll still check it because I do have some viewers from that region. Day one. Oh yeah, this enhance is huge, bro. You have it all the way from what am I drinking? Pepsi. But anyway, so or Pepsi, it's a Pepsi Zero, but who cares? It's gonna be 1 hour plus. Yeah, probably so. But I'm fine with that. I don't want 1 hour plus videos all year. Yeah, sounded like a bottle. Yeah, it is. It is one. The wording on KZZ31, they keep saying is scary. They keep saying damaging winds and thunderstorms. Oh, the wording I got on WNG538 yesterday was pretty concerning. Seven people are watching. But yeah, look, and they did expend the slight risk further east, and not much further east, but like a little bit further east to include. Nah, they didn't expend it. What am I talking about? Look, but what's interesting? There's only 2 counties in North Carolina that aren't under risk today. Yeah. Again, a high risk. I'd say there's a low chance still, but I cannot rule that out. There could definitely be a high risk, and if a high risk gets issued for that for Central North Carolina, Charlotte will probably be under a moderate. Yeah, theirs is a big enhanced right here. It extends all the way from Central Indiana all the way down to Florida Panhandle, and it includes most of Georgia, basically every Georgia county that is on the border right here. All the Tennessee counties west of the mountains, including Chattanooga. Oh yeah, by the way, I must update y'all. Chattanooga wasn't even in a marginal whenever the first outlook for this day was released on Friday. Chattanooga wasn't even in a marginal yet, and now it's in an enhanced. That shows you just how much this storm is. Like this storm is they were already planning for it to be big, but not this big. And let's go back to today's risk. Or no, not today's risk, tomorrow's risk. That was today's risk. But big story. Look, this is the way Xylon. You predicted it. So it is in the enhanced right there. And then Charleston's in it. Wilmington's in it. The entirety of the eastern coast of North Carolina is in it. And again, anywhere in here is in a 10% significant tornado risk. And I have a feeling, I also doubt this, but I have a little bit more, I can a little bit more say I could see a PDS tornado watch being issued points east in like Central North Carolina. Again, not going to say it's going to happen. You can't say anything's going to happen until it happens. But, you know. And not only that, after this, again, there's going to be a deep freeze. And then day 3 is just a no severe. We're going to go through probably a period of maybe a couple marginals. But this one's just a TSTM. But if you go to the day 1, is that wind? No, that's hail. There's a much higher hail risk than they thought. Yeah, I know. Environment Canada shuts off. Yeah, LWX, GS. I'd even argue east, very east half. Oh yeah, PDS TOR is probably a pretty high chance, honestly, with this one. I could even see a PDS happening for GSP. Tornado emergency could. I'd argue the area that would be most likely to have tornado emergency, LWX is close. But yeah, there's a higher hail risk now too. Hence, hail's not as high as the other ones. I wouldn't be focused on hail, but we could have some hailstones like here and there. Could have some a little bit bigger than quarter sized. But this is where the biggie goes. This wind map right here, I'd argue I could even say there's a chance we're going to have a couple SVRDs, which, as y'all know, is destructive thunderstorms. We could have them anywhere in the red, purple, or pink, or pinkish. I know it's not really that pink. It's like lighter purple, but still, anywhere in this risk over here can see an SVRD, totally. And then anywhere in this could easily see a PDS. I doubt we'll have any PDSs in Slight, but you can't rule that out either. Wake knows what I'm talking about, bro. And we're talking about a potential. Well, I'll be for Xylon. The only inaccurate thing about that is I'm pretty sure PDS wouldn't be issued for Cherokee and not be issued for Cleveland if it goes into Gaston. Plus, I don't know if a tornado can hold on that long. Because Cherokee County and Mecklenburg, Gaffney is about a good hour from Charlotte. So, inaccuracy. Trust me, I know. I've been down these roads before. And obviously, as y'all know, right behind this there's a blizzard up here. And if you look in the blizzard area, this area has been hit by the blizzard. It's also in a TSTM. Just figured I'd point that out. That right there's blizzard. The entire state of Florida is at least in a TSTM. Again, I wouldn't worry much about I wouldn't worry too much about down there, obviously. Again, I work the place. If you're in the Carolinas, though, obviously be prepared for storms, no matter where you are, in this risk. But yeah, I still think it's crazy. We just in the middle of the blizzard, we just have a random TSTM in the upper peninsula up in Michigan. So. It keeps randomly reloading you. But you don't doubt Halifax County will set off their sirens more than once tomorrow? I wouldn't doubt it either. I think Cleveland County could possibly set a few off, especially near Kings Mountain, because they're still in the enhanced. Eastern Cleveland is. I know this one's a little weird because a lot of these risk entire counties are just in most of these risks entire counties are just in one risk. That's not the case with this one. This one is like split between counties. So the Shelby 3T22 is right on the edge of the Slight. It's really close to the enhanced though. As you see, there's one part of North Carolina that's in a TSTM right now for tomorrow. That's actually Cherokee and Clay counties, which is in a Slight today. And then if you go over here, there's a marginal, which includes and the enhanced even goes into the panhandle. Dude, the moderate includes like a 1 mile in West Virginia. And then the slight risk does go up to a small portion. Your sermons won't even do anything. You don't know if they work anymore. Yeah, Vils, I'm assuming even though you're not storm chasing, you'll definitely get some alerts, even if you have to like run a live stream or something. Because this is probably the biggest event. I could already say this is definitely going to be the biggest event you've had since you moved to Virginia. Because you've lived there for 4 years now, so. Last moderate you had was from Hurricane Debbie. Was that rain? I think that was for rain, though. Unless there was like actually a moderate for severe weather as well. I mean, I do remember. You're hoping they cancel School March. Same here. It's like it's not. We're again. We may not be getting hit the absolute hardest, but we are close enough. Like we are going to get slammed still. I think that was a slight risk for severe weather. It's a high risk for heavy rain. Yeah, Debbie dropped. Debbie dropped absolute bombs of rain. Like, but it wasn't. Debbie, I got a few FFWs with her. We will absolutely be straight. Yeah, no, awkward. It's a little awkward, but my goodness, there's not many people here right now, and there's 5 people, but I don't really see much action in the chat. But let's see. I'm looking through. I'm trying to make sure everybody's updated on this storm. Uh, Big time. Uh, what's this? Okay. Well, I guess this is what we get for not having anything during the winter time, like peak winter. Even though it's gonna feel like winter Tuesday and Wednesday. Yeah, that seems to happen a lot with these severe systems. Is that whenever Norman doesn't get hit with tornadoes, Southern Pennsylvania WX just went live, by the way. I'll probably I'll probably go there in a minute. But yeah, I shared a link. Yeah, Josh is live. I just saw that. Yeah, I don't think I'll share it on community, but I do. I will definitely be live for the actual event come Monday. Again, if I'm home, I'll catch it at home. If they make us go to school somewhat, I will set up a live stream and stream WXL74 because I'm not missing alerts from this. I am getting alerts from this 1,000%. Any alerts that are issued, I'm going to attempt to get because this is a system that we probably will not see in the Carolinas again for a long time. Which so big time wind event again. Power outages are definitely possible, especially again in central North Carolina. Eastern North Carolina, I don't. Eastern and Piedmont have around the same risks. Eastern North Carolina has a higher parts of like far eastern North Carolina has a higher chance of seeing, you know, has a higher chance of seeing, bad wind. Uh, Eastern North Carolina, Eastern Piedmont, but pretty much everywhere has an equal tornado risk except for the center moderate. The center moderate has the biggest risk of them all, obviously. And then everywhere in the enhanced is currently in a 10% hatched for tornadoes. So anywhere in the enhanced, I could see a PDS. And I could see a PDS probably easily in the moderate. Again, the moderate includes multiple major cities in North Carolina, such as Raleigh, Fayetteville, and the eastern part of the Triad, and a few square miles in the Charlotte Metro, but Charlotte Metro is still going to get hit. So be careful, be safe. I will be live again, likely, probably, I'd argue, probably not again today, unless I might go live like for weather scan for the marginal. I wouldn't call it 100% wake, but the chance is pretty high. I wouldn't say definitely, but I'd say probable. I'd say there's a probability it's pretty dang high to have it PDS with this system. So, to any Caroline, I don't think anyone in the Charlotte Metro is watching right now, but y'all stay safe as well. Raleigh, definitely stay weather aware. Charlotte, stay weather aware. Heck, even areas near Asheville could still see some storms. So stay weather aware no matter where you are in this risk, whether you're all the way up in Pennsylvania, whether you're in Pennsylvania or Georgia. So yeah, and all of Pennsylvania to Georgia, and anywhere in between, really. Make sure you're weather aware, especially again in upstate South, not upstate, in central South Carolina, near the North Carolina border, um, central North Carolina, central and northern, and then the DMV area in Virginia, and Washington D.C. is also in the moderate. So, and then southern and then central Maryland, and again, high risk for tornadoes is high risk. Again, can't limit it, but yeah, I've been repeating stuff over and over again. I'm going to end this stream now. I do appreciate everybody for tuning in. I will make an update on this maybe tonight. If not tonight, I will go ahead and I'm going to catch some alerts today. But I'll likely combine that all into one big comp. So stay tuned for that. But stay safe, stay weather aware. If you lose your power, make sure you have some backup, and be careful. Keep your phones charged, by the way. So just in case you lose power. Have a good night, everybody. Not a good night. Have a good afternoon, because it's 1 o'clock. And I'll talk to y'all later. See ya. Oh, yeah. Also, we're going to go to... I could give y'all the link to Josh's stream, but y'all are probably going to hop over there anyway. So, have a good night. Or, not good night, bro. I keep forgetting. Okay, have a good afternoon and a good night, I guess.